When you want only the best for your pet, check out AbbybellPetDesigns.com. We offer quality products such as floppy beds, crate pads, round pet beds, pillow slip covers, belly bands, and more. All products come in a variety of colors and sizes, guaranteed to satisfy your pet's particular style. Your pet deserves to be pampered, so shop at AbbybellPetDesigns.com. If you don't see the item you want listed in our shop, just drop us a line and we'll be glad to make the product of your pet's dreams. AbbybellPetDesigns.com. And it is Monday morning. Good Monday morning, everybody. Gary, how are you? Good to see you. Hopefully YouTube's not going to buffer too much on me today. Hey, Sparky, good to see you. Marlene, good to see you. Chezzy, hello, hello. Joey, Teresa, good morning. It is Monday once again. Hey, Alan. Tom, good to see you. Helen, hello, hello. Noel, good morning. Cully, hey, good to see you. Good morning, dear. Hi, everyone. Marlene said, hello, hello. Okay, I'm going to quickly read to you Psalm 43, and then we have a lot of news to talk about. Vindicate me, O God, and plead my cause against an ungodly nation. O deliver me from the deceitful and unjust man, for you are the God of my strength. Why do you cast me off? Why do I go mourning because of the oppression of the enemy? Oh, send out your light and your truth. Let them lead me. Let them bring me to your holy hill and to your tabernacle. Then I will go to the altar of God, to God my exceeding joy, and on the harp I will praise you, O God, my God. Why are you cast down, O my soul, and why are you disquieted within me? Hope in God, for I shall yet praise him, the help of my countenance and my God. Amen. Amen, amen, amen. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Hey, Robin, good morning. Good morning, Lori. Hello. Okay, we have a lot to talk about. A lot happened over the weekend. Not everything. Hey, Carmen. Not everything that you're seeing on mainstream media should be there, but it isn't there. So let's talk about that. There was an article that I have. Good morning, Junior. I have an article posted at SusanKnowles.com. Hey, okay, Thunder Girl, how are you? And that article is about Keith Ellison. Hey, Renee. Over the weekend, news broke that Keith Ellison may have physically abused his former girlfriend. Now, he denies it, and let me tell you what's being said. In my article, I posted a Facebook post that was made by this woman's, the accuser, made by her 25-year-old son. He says that he was looking through her computer about a year ago, somewhere around in there. Hey, Barbara. And as he was looking through there, he found a film, a video, that he alleges is, hey, Marianne, good to see you, is Keith Ellison, who's a Democrat in Congress in Minnesota, who was involved in a physical altercation with his mother. He found it. He's very upset about it. He didn't know about it, he claims, and he wants everybody to know it. Muslim man not treating women correctly. Weird. I know, Big Al. Who knew? And again, you know, why isn't this, hey, Lynn, why isn't this news? Hey, I believe that son, you could read the hurt and, yes, protectiveness in his text. I know, Thunder. He was very sad. You could really tell that. Now, why aren't we talking about this? Why isn't mainstream media picking this up and running with it? Hey, Noel, you know, normally if we heard anything about Donald Trump, any other Republican, that would be all over the news. I can't even find it anywhere on Twitter. It's certainly not trending. And there's a reason why, because tomorrow is primaries in Minnesota, and we wouldn't want this news to get out and about before the primaries, now would we? We wouldn't want to hurt his chances. Now, here's what's happening. He's running for Minnesota Attorney General. He doesn't want to be in Congress anymore because he figures that Roy Moore, it was plastered everywhere. And there wasn't even a video, no accusations of a video that would accompany that. Now, he wants to become AG in Minnesota. Why? Because he feels that that's a better way to fight Donald Trump, President Trump, and the Trump administration. If he can just get in as AG, he can fight hard and try to stop at least everything that the president is trying to do. Now, if you believe what's going on, Ellison's ex-wife, I think it's ex-wife, even came out and said, oh, that's not the Ellison that I know. You know, that means nothing to me, because just because he treated one person one way, he could treat another person another way. Hey, Alexis, there's been no proof that this occurred. It's not been adjudicated, but yes, a great way to affect change to laws if you're the AG. That's right. Thunder. Yep. Thank you, Carmen. And so, basically, I feel that they're keeping it very hush-hush. We also don't see Linda Sarsour ties to training kids to shoot school shooters. Nope. Where's the Me Too and women's rights group? Don't hear from them. That's right. Anthony Weiner's wife also said that's not the Anthony I know. Exactly. Good point, Junior. Good point. It just happened to be the Anthony that others that received his pictures knew. So again, I really want this video released. I doubt very seriously this video is going to be released. His mother, the 25-year-old's mother, came out and said, my son wouldn't lie. So, I mean, she's basically saying, yes, it happened. She's saying my son wouldn't lie about his mother. So I say, let's see the video. I want to see the video. That's probably not going to happen. Supposedly there's text messages and video. The text messages, Jerry, according to the Minnesota, I forget, Minnesota Radio News or something like that. Hey, Johnny. They're saying they looked through the text messages and they didn't find anything about the altercation where they're discussing the altercation. They did find information where they were discussing how she's going to get her stuff out of his house, and some of it was, not pleasant to read, and some of it was okay. I find that disinteresting, basically, because of the fact that, you're not necessarily, if you had an altercation, you're not necessarily going to talk about it in a text message. It's kind of like everybody knows about it. Can you recap? I joined late. Yes, Marianne, there is go to my SusanKnowles.com. There's an article I have there today on Keith Ellison, who is being accused of a physical altercation with his former girlfriend and physical abuse. His son, or her son, a 25-year-old, made a post. Her son made a post on Facebook about looking through his mother's computer, hey Bob, and finding a video that he claims is a physical altercation that he had with his mother. And so, again, mainstream media is not mentioning it. And while I have you here, everybody, it's Robin's birthday on YouTube. Happy birthday, Robin. Everybody, please say happy birthday to Robin on YouTube. Robin Esterline, she's on today. Robin, it's her birthday. She's 20 again. No, I'm just kidding. Happy birthday, Robin. Everybody's saying happy birthday, Robin. So, anyway, I put the story. It's on my SusanKnowles.com. There are links around to where you can find it. It's very, very, very hard to find that story. You're welcome, Robin. Hey, Nikolai. It is, I think I've seen it on the New York Post, the Minnesota Local News, and Daily Caller, and that's about it. I haven't seen anything on Fox. I haven't seen anything on the ABCs or, the three-letter groups for the mainstream media. I've seen nothing. So, there you go. Tomorrow's primary. So, we need to get this trending, right? Why don't you trend it? You take my article if you want. Hey, Amanda. In a Muslim religion, they allow wife beating into submission. That's true, Jerry. It's in the Quran. I'm sure Jim Acosta and MSNBC will be headlining this story. Yeah, you know what, Junior? You're probably right. Right after the primaries on Tuesday. I'm sure that's when they'll pick it up. And again, you have to just go there, look at I'm the only one, I think maybe Daily Caller is now, but I put the actual post from the Sun in my article because you can see it. They call it the rule of the rope, Chezzy said. Wow. Tweet, post, release Ellison video along with Susan's link. Yeah, my article, you can put it there. Keith is Muslim. Yes, he is, as far as we know. And so we need to get this trending because nobody else is going to talk about it. Nobody's going to even know about it until after the primaries, I'm sure. Jim Acosta will find a way to make it about himself. That's right, Tom. That's right. He'll talk about it in a way that, oh, look at Keith. Poor Keith, he's getting called out just like I am. And for what reason? Nobody did anything wrong. So again, innocent until proven guilty. But I say it's pretty damning news. And it would be even more damning if they would report it. Laura Loomer is going to Minnesota today. I think she's going to Loomer him. Good. That's great. Somebody needs to, because nobody else is going to talk about it. And she probably knows that. She better watch herself, I think, hey, Lisa, in Minnesota around him. I just think that they're probably not going to be too welcoming. Amanda said Laura is great. Laura sometimes, yes, she is. She does some really good stuff. She does get some things wrong like other people do. She said the sheriff in Broward County was going to be fired, and he wasn't the week that she said. That just goes to show everybody makes mistakes. Laura was in Minnesota yesterday. Yep. That's why you can't 100% believe anybody because they don't have all the information. I don't have all the information. No one else does. So that's why you can't put 100% of faith in any person. But I'll wait to see it. She was taken on Facebook. I like her. She tackles things head on. Yeah, Amanda, she does. Does anyone believe Omarosa? Does anybody care about Omarosa? Bob, I think that's a better question. Laura was taken off Facebook. Oh, how convenient. Now, I want to let you know some things that are coming up this week. If you're a conservative, you're not innocent until proven guilty. Well, that's true, Tom. That's true. But that's why he's been given the Pray for Minnesota. Yeah, Teresa. Info is covered up. Hard to do journalism. Yep. Now, here's some more information that's covered up that you need to know about that I found out about. There's a Democrat in Florida. Omarosa's just seeking attention. Omarosa is always seeking attention. Hey, Lee, how are you? Lee, you'll want to hear the beginning of the show afterwards. Yeah, she's like Beetlejuice. Don't say her name. We'll just call her O. How's that? Hey, good morning, Gisette. My lovely Sue, Gracie, Hope, Abby, and Hope, leading ladies, are doing well. Yeah, I have Gracie underneath my feet right now. She has to be everywhere I'm at all the time. So, she's getting paid by someone. Hey, guys. Another bot. You can block that bot, if you will. So, let me talk about the Democrat in Florida. Her name is Daphne Campbell. The other day, she has, we're always hearing just another letter of the alphabet. There you go, Chezzy. Sweet Gracie, yep. Amanda. Gracie loves you. She does, Tom, and we love her too. Hi, fellow bots. Hey, Pamela, how are you? So, the other day, this Democrat in Florida, Daphne Campbell, was at a meeting, and there were reporters there. Now, we're always hearing about how horrible the president is with reporters. I mean, just, oh my gosh, she won't answer questions. We don't have our First Amendment right. The O's, Obama, Oprah, and Omarosa. There you go, Alan. The three blind mice. Woo, wow, that's going fast. Breaking news, FBI agent Peter Strzok fired over anti-Trump tweets. Good. Rescues are so loving. They do know, Amanda. I think O was paid all along, and Trump knew it, was trying to control her. Could have been. Will do. Susan Love Crazy. Thank you. So, breaking news. You just heard that Peter Strzok finally got fired, according to Junior. Junior, that's great news. Good way to start the Monday off. Like, he should have been fired years ago. This is the one who called the cops on the reporter. Yes. So, after she was having a meeting with her opponent, the Democrat opponent that she's going to be facing in the primaries, she called the police and said that there is a woman in a floral dress that is threatening and they wanted she wanted the police to arrest her, I guess, get her away from her, keep her away, whatever. So the police investigated and said, that's just a reporter. She's done nothing wrong. I was changing the channel and CNN is reporting it. That's good, Junior. You know, if CNN is reporting something negative like that on their side, then it has to be true. Now, she had earlier, this would happened right before that. Hey, Heather, good to see you. That there was a man, another reporter, she reported him and asked the police to arrest him. The police went out once again, saw him, another publisher of a local newspaper there, and said he didn't break any laws. And so why was she trying to get him arrested? Oh, well, let's see. Sounds like Maxine Waters here, but he was trying to investigate, and so was the woman, the reporter that she didn't like. They were trying to investigate whether or not she even lived in her own district. Now, the guy she really didn't like because he found out, allegedly, that, yay, he's fired. Good, Heather, yay. So now he'll have time to have other mistresses. So anyway, she supposedly, according to this reporter, called the Florida Power and Light Company after Hurricane Irma and said, I need my electricity turned back on. My mother has a medical condition and she needs to have the electricity turned back on. Only problem is her mother died in 1996. Okay, Washington Post is also breaking the firing. Good, Junior. So we have another Democrat in Florida. If she doesn't like the questions that you ask, she's going to call the police. You're going to get a visit by the police. Hey, Brandon in Charlotte, good to see you. Now I want to see Struck Perk Walk. You won't, Marlene, unfortunately, but it would be nice. So we have a woman who supposedly is abusing her powers to call the Florida Power and Light Company to get them to work faster, get her electricity on, and even supposedly lied about it. Was mom in the freezer? Could have been Wayne, and maybe her mother did. That would be legitimate, right? That she would need the electricity back on, so I'll give it to her for that. But she shouldn't have been abusing her power. And I don't know of any time that the president has asked for Jim Acosta, April Ryan, or anybody else, thank you for the super hearts, Brandon, to be dragged out or have the police called on them. That was a big scandal over the power company. Well, Marlene, it should have been. And why is that woman still in office? And it was said that POTUS financed her business, talk about gratitude. Woo-wee said soul she is. Yeah, she needs a life that we're talking about. Over on YouTube. The Democrats are hypocrites. De Blasio. Yeah, I'm going to talk about that. Oh, she is like, struck gone starting Monday on a good note. Absolutely. Stupid voters. Same as with Maxine Waters people, the ones that support her. Now, here's a more hypocrisy from the left. De Blasio was at a meeting over the weekend. A reporter from the Post, if that happens, they have portables, Barbara said. De Blasio, on the front page, it said city for sale. And the reporter asked Blasio his reaction to the front page story about his administration's many meetings with lobbyists. So when this question was asked, the New York PD security, I guess that's, I don't know why security is different from the regular police department, but they called it the NYPD security. Anyway, dragged this reporter, removed him from the meeting, and de Blasio did nothing. So there's at least two people that we know. One called the police. The other one sat there and watched while the police dragged the reporters away. And we have the mainstream media covering up a big story about Keith Ellison. So, because we have primaries tomorrow. So, everything that the president has said about fake news being the enemy of the people, absolutely true. We see it right here. It couldn't be more obvious in what they're doing. But they're doing it under the cover of darkness because mainstream media is not reporting any of this. And if they are, it's not widespread at all. The Democrats are hypocrites. De Blasio, yeah, Nikolai's saying that about about what de Blasio did. They're hypocrites. Reporting their side, not the truth. Yes. That's exactly it. I mean, and they are doing it, seriously, doing it under the cover of darkness. Do you think they are liars? No, Barbara, not at all. I think it's just a mistake. Lockup struck, Bob said. They should lock them all up, man. I mean, there's so much evidence against those people, but who knows if we'll ever get there. President Trump, you can tell President Trump, again, is fed up with Sessions, talking about one of his tweets said Sessions was scared stiff. Any key races coming up? Well, Brandon, if you didn't hear the very beginning, go back and listen to what we said about Keith Ellison. It's very important. Get the news out about him. That's coming up tomorrow. But you'll never hear about any of that because it's not important. We don't want to talk about that. Now, not one conservative or patriot protested this weekend. Only hate groups hating on each other. True, Barbara. I didn't watch any of it. Don't want to see it. Time to replace Sessions. What do you guys think? I really do believe it is time. And I'm sorry to say it. It's time to replace Sessions. I'd vote for a Russian before I'd vote for a Democrat, Bob said. I think Sessions isn't doing his job. Yep, we just talked about that boom. We talked about Peter Strzok just being fired. Junior reported that to us. The liberal news will sacrifice Strzok's firing to save Ellison and de Blasio. True, Junior. And that Democrat Campbell in Florida. Don't forget about her. My article, I have an article about her at SusanKnowles.com as well that has the video inside of her, of them discussing all the things that is so wrong about her as a candidate and about what she did. So that article's out there too if you want to share that article. Remember, it's a Keith Ellison article and that one. Is Campbell a black woman? Yes, she is, Bob. Now, this coming Thursday, Cool just saw deplorable Deb on Facebook. Yeah, well, about time is past due for Strzok. I'll send you an article on Ellison, on extramarital affair and alleged verbal physical abuse on the woman. Jerry said, is that guy doing abuse a Muslim? Keith Ellison is a Muslim, but Barbara, remember, innocent until proven guilty. Replace Sessions unless there's an unseen chess game going on we don't know about. Carmen said, talked with a very, oh boy, I missed that one. Sorry, Brandon. I tried to get it and it just disappeared. Oh, here we go. Talked with a very nice Hispanic lady this morning. She said in upstate New York, MS-13 is killing people in numbers. Yep. Tell Strzok's Walmart hiring. Oh, tell Strzok that Walmart is hiring. Very good, Pamela. Sharia law, maybe. Alexander is working with Linda Sarsour in Georgia. That's what I heard, Boomer. I don't know who Boomer you is, but on Thursday there is supposed to be a coordinated effort on Thursday. Hey, Judy, where all of these newspapers, Boston Globe, CNN, all these other people are supposed to be coming together and doing editorials on President Trump and how he's against the media and how it's hurting them and how it's unsafe and, all those little things. So just know that that's coming out on Thursday. Excuse me, lady, but what do you think about Trump's... let's see, Mario. Here's what I think about it. Okay, collusion, none. Just don't read it. Yeah. As Britt Hume said, no, it's not collusion. Oh, you mean with the newspapers? Yes, that's absolutely collusion. I'm torn about Sessions. Things are happening in the background. Could be Sessions. Strzok will probably get hired by CNN or MSNBC. Oh, probably. Yes, with the newspapers, absolute collusion. And they're colluding, and nobody's reporting it. No one is reporting it. It's perfectly fine for them to do that. It's perfectly fine for them not to come out today and breaking news about Keith Ellison because they want to keep it quiet because tomorrow is primaries in Minnesota. So they don't want you to know about the allegations. That's why, Bob, the collusion, not with the president, the collusion with the newspapers. No one is reporting it because they are on the same team. That's right, Brandon. Strzok will be coming out with his book soon. You better believe it, Tom. Right along with her book is coming out. And hopefully When her book comes out, she'll be sitting in federal prison someplace for tape recording the president and the chief of staff when you're not allowed to do that. And as an employee, you knew that. I'm an ex-domestic violence victim. I'm furious. Well, you should be, Pamela. Book burning anyone? Haha, Brandon said. We always hear there are things happening in the background and nothing ever happens. Exactly, Robin. Book of lies while others get censored. Exactly. Collusion with the press, the true enemy of the American people. And Judy, it's, as the president said, it's the fake news that is the enemy of the people. He's not talking about all media. He's talking about the media that spreads lies or doesn't report the news at all. That's fake news, and that those people are the enemy of the people. Exactly, they are. And so anybody who buys these papers or who listens to this or whatever, my question to you is why? Let's see, they said they could lock her up and confiscate her book earnings, and they should stop her book from coming out. They can do that too, Tom. Fake news should be locked up. 2 757s in Little Rock in 48 hours. Boomer said, I'm glad you're calling attention to this, Susan. Thank you. You're welcome. It's not news if it's an op-ed style report. Yeah, it's an editorial they're doing, Brandon. Newspapers could try reporting without bias and they would not be called fake. That's true, Barbara, and that's how the news used to be reported. They just gave you the facts, and then you could decide what you felt was right or wrong or true or not. And they don't do that anymore. Is the plane story real? I don't know what that story is. Boomer said that. I have no idea what he's talking about on the plane, so I don't know. He didn't give specifics. Yes, it is. Boomer, tell us a little bit more about what you're saying about the plane story. Our feelings are hurt. Let's go after it. Exactly. A guy stole a plane and was doing stunts. Oh, yeah, that was over the weekend, Don. A guy who was an Alaska Airlines employee who stole the plane and crashed it and killed himself. CNN claims their news when it's their opinion. Exactly. And a lot of people, you'll see a lot of people on Periscope and Twitter and otherwise, when you give an opinion, they take it as factual. Felt so sorry for him, Marlene said. Obviously very troubled, Marlene. That Clintons are probably moving evidence to Arkansas to hide things, Barbara said. Talking points are not news. Exactly. Opinion is not factual. It's an opinion. Yes, Fox and Friends barely talked about Keith Ellison this morning. I know, I didn't even see it on their website, Josette, at all. I mean, and that with anybody else, with what Keith Ellison's being accused of, would be breaking news. 2 planes in a row, Barbara said. Wow. What is the significance, Barbara, of the 757s? In 48 hours, landed in Little Rock, packing up Clinton Foundation evidence. Oh my gosh, Boomer, wow. Omarosa is an ungrateful attention whore, Junior said. Trump made Omarosa famous, biting the hand that feeds her. Yeah, and you know, Junior, everybody could have seen that coming. Everyone has an opinion, but there's only one truth. Yes, Brandon, at least he crashed into an island and not populated area. That's true. Rhonda said, Strzok fired by Deputy Director of FBI. Yep. And again, why was Peter Strzok, why was he fired by Rosenstein? Why didn't Jeff Sessions fire Peter Strzok? Well, okay, because he's connected to Russia. I don't know what Jeff Sessions is doing other than showing up at high school graduation talks. I really don't. And getting mad, you know, when the court doesn't go his way. Arkansas is a famous stronghold of Clinton family mafia. Mena, Arkansas. Lay down with dogs, get up with fleas. There you go. I wonder if they took his secret clearance. Yeah, you wonder, Tom. He'll probably get it back when he has to, you know, get ready for his defense. Swamp needs to be cleared for sure. Yep. You know, again, that letter that just went by and that people listen to online, I don't follow that letter, as I told you the other day, and it's getting crazier and crazier with that letter, and the number of people, the different people who are following that letter, and one of those that seemed to be a follower was the man who's been accused of starting the fires in California. Sessions is playing possum for all the facts to be nailed down with no mistakes. Yeah, we'll see, Boomer. I used to, think that he was doing something, not sure. He'll get it back when he goes to work for mainstream media. Yeah, exactly, Tom. If everybody could, we're about at the halfway point. If you would you please retweet this and invite people? Agreed, Sessions has been a huge disappointment, Rhonda said. And Jerry Falwell Jr. came out over the weekend and said Rosenstein, Sessions, and Christopher Wray all deceived Trump and should rot in jail. That was from Falwell Jr. who said that. The media hated her, and now they love her. And Trinidad called the 6.5 a dozen of different. Yeah, exactly, Josette. Here's the thing about Omarosa, too. You remember when black reporters and journalists, hey, Frankie, were calling her out for working for the president. April Ryan was one of those people. Why are you there? Why are you supporting this president? Da, 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 da. Well, now that Omarosa is out and trying to kind of say, oh, well, everybody knew this and everybody blah, blah, blah. April Ryan came out over the weekend and said, don't you mention my name. Don't even let my name come off of your lips, Omarosa. So I thought that was funny. So these people that turned on her before are now turning on her again. I guess she thought maybe she had a friend. Hey, Sabu, how are you? And she didn't. Brennan works for MSNBC, so that means they have security clearance also. There you go. Okay, why do you keep mentioning Turkey? So there you go. Yeah. No one likes Omarosa. I don't think Omarosa likes Omarosa. I really don't. Falwell is calling all Christians to vote to preserve conservative values, Rhonda said. Yeah, absolutely. Arkansas airport cocaine shipments paid for Clinton campaigns through the Rose law firm hints. Yeah, and see, Boomer, if that's true, and I don't disbelieve it, but why? Here we go again. Like, if we know that, where's the media? Why isn't the media covering what you guys just said? Why aren't you talking about that? She's a borderline. Somebody said. Exactly. Wonder. Yeah, I mean, we know this information. Everybody seems to know it. Yeah, Vince Foster suicide. There you go. Facts don't matter unless MSM says so, I guess. Exactly, Brandon. And that's the way it is. I mean, we need justice. Pray for justice. Pray for our side to get some justice. Clintons are unfortunately untouchable. It's a lost cause. And I believe that, Don. I believe that. I don't think, they used to talk about the Kennedys being so powerful, and the Kennedys were very powerful. I think the Clintons took over and replaced them. Thank you, Frankie, for the super hearts. Untouchable like the plague. That's right, Brandon. But it's true. I mean, it's really true. You see that happening, and they don't ever go to jail. That turkey guy made me hungry. Yes, Sabu, he made me, want to block him, so I did. You only say turkey so many times, and then you'll be blocked. Vince was murdered because he overheard Hillary make the call. Well, could be. Hillary would stand before God one day. Yes, absolutely, Tom. Why does Antifa cover their face? Is it anti-face? Oh. You'll have to ask, I think cowards usually hide their faces. Robbers, bank robbers, cowards, people like that hide their faces. There's more censoring going on. Somebody was just talking about Alex. There is more censoring going on because you grow up knowing, but no one's going to tell or get proof end up suicided. That's right, Barbara. Basement dwellers. Yep, Brandon. Pierce so. If the Clintons get locked up, there would be insane violence from the left. Could be. I don't know, Dawn, if they like her that much. I do know that if Obama got locked up, now that would be, I think there would be riots in the streets. But Hillary, not so sure. People took the Kennedys down. They didn't murder. Why are Clintons still killing people? Carmen said, did you see the guy convicted of child porn was connected to Hillary's State Department? Tom, nothing surprises me. They'd have their cry closets ready. Yep, Gavin McInnes and the Proud Boys have been shut down on Twitter. Heather said, you want them to not blow you still? I don't know. That would be nice if Obama went to the clink. I know. He's not going to. You're not going to see those people going. Not going to see Valerie Jarrett or Eric Holder or any of those people going. But we do need some justice. Laura Loomer censored, yeah. Speed read hour ready to go. I know. Oh, I know. No chance they will. I don't think so either, Don. I really don't. I think what you're seeing is you're going to get these minor players. Can we petition to have Susan added to the Trump's cabinet? Hey, Sabu, I would do it. If called, I would serve, honestly. Loomer is awesome. Yep. She's done some really good work. Gavin got back on Twitter. Good, Barbara. They're even, from I'm understanding from people like Amir Sarfati, they're starting to close down people on YouTube like him and taking videos down or not getting them up there quickly, whatever. I'd vote for you in a heartbeat. Thank you. Yeah, Loomer is badass. Yeah, she can be. I don't like the times when she's gone down and interrupted a play. I don't like those things. We should confiscate Obama and Clinton funds and build our wall. There you go. I'd work for Trump. Pay me in liberal tears, Brandon said. I don't do social media on Sunday, so I wasn't aware. Renee said, take care going for more. Okay, thank you, Boomer. Did you see the USA Today article where Facebook asked users if pedos should be able to ask kids for sex pics? I think they did that a little while back. You got my vote. Thank you, Street Player. Thank you. I would move to DC tomorrow for a job with the president. Absolutely. Let's see. What she did is what the Bible calls a dog returning to its vomit, Josette said. Woo, good point about Omarosa, Josette. Good point. Now, some other news. Vimeo has also removed Alex Jones. So they said that he violated the terms of service against discrimination and hateful content. I knew LGBT would push the pedo stuff next. I don't think the LGBT, I haven't seen them pushing the pedo stuff. I think that the pedos want to join in with the LGBT, but I haven't seen them say, oh, come join us. So they issued Alex Jones a refund because they just don't want him. They don't want to be a part of him or prosper off of him. I heard even pornography sites have even banned Alex Jones. It's crazy. I know that Alex Jones is not being banned on Twitter, not being banned on Gab either. The MSM is trying to normalize it too with articles. A job with the president would mean a lot of home cooking, Tom said. Yeah, I guess. Never going out in public, ever. Now, last week, this happened, but I didn't hear it anywhere, really, but I wanted to make you aware of it. Last week, the Border Patrol has the first female chief of the Border Patrol in history. Carla Provost was put in that position last week. So it's a pretty good accomplishment. Mainstream media didn't seem to pick it up. Nobody seemed to care. But I think it's quite an accomplishment. First time in history. That's very important. Left could care less. Yep, exactly. Now, in Alabama, the Republican state lawmakers there want the motto, "In God We Trust," to be displayed in public schools again. Critics, of course, don't like it. They'll crucify her like Sarah Huckabee. Yeah, they'll try to. But critics are speaking out against that because they say there's a constant push for theocracy. The thing of it is, it wasn't a theocracy before. Our country is founded on biblical principles, Judeo-Christian principles. And, now they call it a theocracy. Before, it was a founding for our father, our country. Alexis says praying for her. Yeah, pray for her to shut her mouth. Oh, for the one in Border Patrol? Yep. Yeah, there you go. You could wear Muslim garb and go out in public if you work for Trump. There you go. Alan said good for Alabama. Yeah, so hopefully Alabama will be blessed for what they're doing and they will get their way and get "In God We Trust" back into public schools. Good for praying for her. That job would not be easy. Yep. Wrong. YouTube, stop the banning Republicans. Twitter, all the sites, Carmen said. Now, Trudeau is saying Sharia is compatible with Western values. Please. Got to get ready for work. Have a blessed day. And MAGA, thank you, Junior, you too. Thanks for coming in and joining us. Sacha Baron Cohen tried to pull a fast one on Corey Lewandowski, but he didn't succeed. A red, white, and blue hijab. There you go, Tom. With with the flag and the stars and the stripes and everything. That I would wear that. So Sacha Baron Cohen, he really is going after all the Republicans. And I don't, if I were the Republicans, you see somebody coming in you don't know, don't talk to him. I wish Sasha was conservative. Yeah, I know. Disappointing, Don. I hope Alabama gets it done. Our governor signed a bill allowing Bible classes back in public schools. Wow, Robin. That's in Kentucky. With 45 on the side. There you go. There you go, Tom. Absolutely. And wearing a MAGA hat as well. On top of the hijab. Now, talking about censorship, it's still going on. And I didn't hear about this. I don't know if you heard this either. My calendar on the phone now alerts me of holidays I've never heard of and I can't pronounce. Wow. Carmen, that's whatever. Okay, so here's the thing. Yeah, well, no, thank you. I wouldn't want to with you. Thank you. So anyway, there's censoring going on. As I was saying, I didn't hear about this. Did you see Trump tweets about? Yeah, I did. He called her a lowlife the other day, and basically just said he hates to have to go after her, but she basically brought it on herself. So the other day, we've for those who know about Gab really doesn't knock anybody off of there and doesn't censor them. Yeah, exactly. Yes, Barbara, hating hijabs is racist. You can tell your friend, yeah, it would be. So Microsoft forced Gab to delete content of a guy threatening Jewish people with torture. The Gab had to delete it, or Microsoft would terminate the site's access to its cloud service known as Azure. Microsoft says they may ban Gab. Wow. Andrew Torba, the founder of Gab, wrote a post that they were seeking a new hosting provider and considering how to build their own infrastructure. I know they haven't learned if you go after Trump, you get destroyed. Exactly. Gab had asked the user, let me tell you the user's name, @Patrick_Little, to remove the post because it breaks Gab's user guideline and probably U.S. law. He said he would remove the post according to Andrew, but then the guy played games with him, and so Gab went ahead and removed it. Now, when you read the article about Microsoft, it made it sound like Gab was just saying, no, we're going to keep that up about, hating and torturing Jews because we agree with it. And if you go and you look at what Gab actually said, Gab was the one that told the guy, you're going to have to take this down because it was, talking about torturing Jews, which it is against Gab's agreement and principles. Against selective reporting. Yep. Okay, so God forgive me of my sins. Wait, David fought those guys, Barbara said. And see, the thing of it is, anymore, I used to have Gab, it's pretty nasty on there. Well, I don't know why. As a therapist and attorney, you take no issue. Oh, gosh. Oh, who are you? You have to be somebody we know, dumb. And dumb you go. So anyway, I don't think Gab, there's a part of Gab, I guess, can get a darker side of Gab or something. I don't know. But you still can't, even in there, you can't go in there and just put anything you want. Gab became the home of Nazis. Well, if that's true, Don, if it violates their standards, they will be off. I know that's 2 people they have kicked off of there for saying something that was anti-Semite. So there is a Dark Perry. I don't know about Perry. Got to go, just finished unpacking. Have a wonderful day. Great, Brandon, glad you were here. Enjoy your job. I know you start, I think, on Wednesday. You can block or mute users you don't want to see posts. Yeah, and Gab, that's the thing about it. If you think it's too much for you to see on Gab, you don't want to see it, or you think they're Nazis, just block them or mute them. And you don't have to see it. You can get rid of it yourself. And Gab, when they find out about it, again, if you're anti-Jewish or anti-everybody else and you're talking about torturing them, That's going to go against Gab's rules, and they're going to be kicked off of Gab as well. But again, Microsoft, that article made it look like that that Gab was just, no problem for us. We'll just keep him on there. And that's not true. And that's why today, when you read something, you really have to go and look and make sure, especially on something like this, you want to go and make sure you're getting told the truth. And on this article, you weren't. Nearly spit my coffee out. Prince Harry is following me on Twitter. Is it the real account, Jerry, or another? Is it a bogus one, a parody? Maybe I'll sign up again. Yeah, I mean, and go to MeWe, Dawn. Try that one too. There are a ton of Jew haters on Gab. I left because it reminded me of Twitter. And Robin said, and I just block people that I don't want following me on there. And if they don't like it, they don't have to like it. Reddit, the Donald is great. No, some bogus account. Okay, Jerry. They weren't kicking them off when I was on Gab. If they're doing it now, I'll rejoin Gab in the future. And I think you can report them too, Robin. There's a way to report them to Gab. I mean, Gab probably can't see everything, so report them and get them kicked off. There shouldn't be any talk about anti-anybody or torturing anybody. So guess even anti-everything is free speech except what conservatives. Yeah, and the thing of it is, hate speech is not protected under the First Amendment. It really isn't. You can't say things like that about people and think it's going to be protected. And it shouldn't be that way for the left or the right. And you can't go threatening people and things like that. That's not protected. Twitter leaves David Duke up but banned Gavin. But who decides what hate speech is? Well, Chesy, courts can decide. Obviously Zuckerberg is deciding. And if you don't think it's right, then you fight it in court if you have the grounds to stand on. Like with Facebook, I mean, we're not talking about the government. Free speech, First Amendment right, only comes into play when the government is involved or they're somehow connected strongly with the government. Zuck, our moral compass. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Now, the Florida Police Union, there are two unions by the police in Florida who are going to boycott the NFL because of the Miami Dolphins, doing the fist pumps and doing the kneeling and things of that nature. So that's the first time I've heard of any police department going against and saying they're going to boycott the NFL. And I say good. I feel bad. Had to block somebody. They took over my page with animals in California needing help. Can't hide it. Help it. Yeah. Well, Tom, one of the things you can do is you can hide that. You don't have to block them. You can just hide their posts. I think people, when they get... There's a lot of the animals and people that were displaced in that fire. I mean, 22,000 acres has burned so far. 40-some% now contained. It went from Orange County into Riverside. Huge fire. The only cabin where it started that didn't burn down was the guy who allegedly started the fire. And everything else pretty much, not so good. But it went from Orange County, like I said, into Riverside. That's how big that thing was. 22,000 acres is huge. And the fires that are going on up in Mendocino, I don't even know how much contained they are, but they're as big as Los Angeles and New York combined. That's huge. And Mendocino, you got the redwood forest and everything else. Those fires are just awful. I know NCAA, they really are. They are using lasers. Walker, Texas, I don't know if that's true. They caught a guy for the Holy Fire. They say they have information that he started the fire, so don't think they needed lasers on that. But what do you guys think up north? Yeah, I don't know, Walker. I haven't really heard. People are saying Islamists are starting fires in Cali. I don't know that that's true. Dawn, good cause. I wish I could help them all, but limited resources. I felt guilty for not being able to. Well, you can only do so much. When they had that other fire, there was a recently. I sent some money to a mountain center dog rescue because they had dogs that were brought to them, and they had to take their dogs someplace else because of the fire. So they needed money. I gave as much as I could, and that's all you can do. So you don't have to feel guilty about it. You can only do what you can do. You're supposed to provide for your own family first. A prayer for the firefighters, Robin said. These NFL players are a bunch of rich, spoiled, ungrateful brats, I'd say. Josette said, absolutely. I know, Chezzy. They took those dogs over where Gracie came from, and I wouldn't wish anybody to go over there. So hopefully when those dogs went back, they weren't sick like Gracie was when she first came out. My dogs are so spoiled. Chezzy, I hear ya. Mine are too. Okay. So I'll get back to the Space Force in a minute, but I want to tell you about a church in Santa Cruz. There's a church which calls itself a pro-gay church, plans to build a worship space and brewery, and then donate the profits to Planned Parenthood. It's called the Greater Purpose Community Church, and they said there's nothing in the Bible that says you can't drink alcohol in a responsible manner according to the pastor. Don says, unbelievable. Run by demons, Robin said. Chessie said, what? Why you guys don't look at facts? Israel is, no, get off. Get off my scope. Not anti-Semites in here. Fifi is chewing on her cuddle pouch. Oh, don't let her ruin it. So, I mean, there's a lot kind of wrong with what that church was saying. There's nothing wrong with, responsible drinking of alcohol. That's the least of their problems. My pastor just talked about that yesterday in church, Renee said. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that I would even classify it as a church. My dogs just let me live here. I know, Chezzy. I know the feeling. My dogs barely let me sleep in the bed at night. It does say no murder, abortion, sexual depravity. Yeah, I know. I know, Alexis, but I guess he missed that point. China has 1 million Muslims in camps. No one talks about that, though. Unfortunately, that church will probably be filled every service. I know, Tom. Yeah, because they want to bring in millennials. That may be the way to do it. He's doing a G-rated life in an X-rated World Series. Wow. Yeah, pretty pathetic. Pretty pathetic when I read that. Tickle, itching ears. Alan said, I just received a stray. She looks like a Whippet mix. Oh, wow. Daniel, you'll have to send me a photo on my Twitter. See if she looks like Gracie. I'm finding out about Whippets too. They're pretty much rambunctious. They have a lot of energy until around the age of 3 to 5 years old, somewhere around that area. Just gave her toys. She doesn't destroy. Thank you, Carmen. She'll need that in the wintertime. She's got huge ears. Huh. The liberals have taken over TV. Nothing to watch anymore. It's true, Tom. Because you can watch HD TV now, and they will push their liberal agenda on that. I'll follow your Twitter. Same name. Yes, Don. Yes. At Susan Knowles. While to that pastor, that so-called church, he is leading his flock astray. That is disturbing, very disturbing. Yes, and the Bible says that if you are a pastor leading your flock astray, woo, you don't, let's just put it this way. On Judgment Day, you don't want to be standing next to that pastor. My German Shepherd is running around the house squeaking his toy right now, Jesse said. Gracie is laying down here very quietly, and I'm thankful for it. And I have to take her out after we're over. I haven't watched TV in a long time. It's peaceful. Yep. You're not missing anything by not watching TV, I can tell you. Because there's nothing on. And during the day, absolutely nothing. The church has stopped preaching against sin. Yep. Trump is a great president. They've stopped, thank you. I'll follow back in a minute, Don. My pup is stalking me, Lynn said. Yeah, they stopped preaching about sin because they want everybody to come in and just be, grace-based forgiven. And which means when you do that, you teach about grace. You're not teaching about sin. And so those people who are grace-based are going out and sinning because they think, I have every right. If I want to sin, I can sin, and it's okay. And when it's really not, but that's what they get out of grace-based. They try too hard to accept everything and be PC. And that's right, Renee. And they want to bring people in. They want to bring in the young people, the millennials. And the way to do it is to say, don't worry, be happy. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do. Jesus was never PC. That's true, Renee. We are forgetting there is a hell. Yeah, Chezzy, it sounds like the pastors are forgetting that too. Some of them. My Chihuahua, Molly, is bathing in the sun, Robin said. So, yeah, in Orthodox Jewish synagogues, they don't sugarcoat anything. And good for them, Don. Now, I want to tell you just a tidbit. Amir was on over the weekend. I listened to him. One thing that was interesting, we always hear about the Gaza Strip and how the violence is going on there. And every day they try to come into Israel and they have floating balloons with, whatever to go after Israel. And Amir was saying Gaza is not really something that they're worried about. Like the people who live next to the Strip, yeah, and rockets, Don. The people who live next to the Gaza Strip, they kind of worry about it because it's happening to them. But rest of Israel, it's like, yeah, okay, we know we have a little problem down there we have to keep an eye on, but we're not that worried about it. He was talking about, they will be reminded about hell. Eternity is a long time, Tom said. Absolutely. Pastors will be reminded. He was saying that the real problem that Israel worries about is Iran, what's going on in Syria, Russia, Turkey. And one of the things that JD was talking about over the weekend, JD Farag, is that right now, I don't know if you saw over the weekend, but Turkey, their money's worth nothing now because of the tariffs that Donald Trump, put on them or is going to be putting on them. Russia, their money is going kind of down. They're running out of money. Iran is running out of money because we've cut them off and sort of are placing tariffs on them again, right? So in the Bible, it talks about God will make Jerusalem a hook. When people are running out of money and you've got Israel right next door, eventually Turkey lira has dumped out. Yep. No, I don't want to speaking about that. No, of course not, Chezzy. But if you're right next door to somebody who's got what you're looking for and what you need, the chances of you going down there to get it have increased when you have nothing, right? And the Bible does talk about that God will make Jerusalem a hook. So eventually those people, Turkey, Iran, and Russia, along with Libya and one other country, will be going down Israel. Turkey needs to release the pastor. Yep. Did you see the report that 2 NBC reporters being hacked? No. And Turkey threatening via those accounts? Nope, didn't see that, Renee. America first? Yes. Israel surrounded, and God is there, otherwise they would have fallen by now. Oh, absolutely. But the Ezekiel wars, Ezekiel 38 and 39, those are still to come, and they will happen. And it's just a matter of time. Is when will it happen? And that's when those countries will go down into Israel. God will destroy them for going down there to Israel. Israel will be saved, and everyone will know that it was God who saved Israel. Russia is the head of the snake. Without Russia, Iran would be nothing. Yep, Gog and Magog, absolutely. Ezekiel 38 and 39. So there you go. Robin said they abuse grace. It's hard to watch. We're talking about churches, what they're doing now. Exactly. Yep, pray. Pray for the blessing of America. Pray for the blessing of Israel. Pray that our president and administration is blessed. And pray that the president and the administration continue to follow God's word, because that's very important. We need that to happen. And also, my dogs ran through a bunch of puddles, all wet dogs, Jesse said. If you would, also please get out that hashtag about Keith Ellison. Get that information out. Nobody else is seeing it. 90% of Orthodox Jews voted for Trump. Very good. Go to SusanKnowles.com. You will see my article there. Be blessed, everyone. Have a safe day. Great scope again, Susan. See you tomorrow. Thank you so much, Lynn. Thank God for you, Susan. Thank you, Lynn. Thank you, Lee, and thank you, Lynn. God and the United States together. Trump has invited God back to America. Trump is the best president for Israel. Yes. Thank you, Susan. Have a great day, Marlene said. Release Ellison video. Thank you, thank you, thank you, everyone. I will see you tomorrow. God bless you. Take care. See you tomorrow. All right, everybody on YouTube, see you tomorrow. God bless.